Hola amigos, ¿qué tal? Stuart here with a Spain news update. We'll take a look at some of the main stories that have caught my attention in the Spanish press, and we'll also take a look at some comments that have been left on the channel in recent times by viewers. Before I begin, a huge thanks to all of the people that have supported the channel in recent times, whether it's by buying me a coffee, whether it's through the super thanks option on YouTube, longer term supporters on Patreon, channel members of this YouTube channel. Thank you very much for that support. Now straight into the news, and I want to get it out of the way quickly today because it's an absolute scorcher in central Spain. Temperatures today will hit the high 30s, 36, 37 degrees. Already very hot, and it's still not summer. It's only the 17th of June, summer just around the corner, and if these temperatures are anything to go by, it's going to be a very hot summer this year in Spain. So let's get into the news. And the Spanish government here in Spain, as we know, fighting to survive serious corruption allegations surrounding the PSOE side of that party, or the socialist side of that party, led by Prime Minister Pedro Sánchez. And anyone that thinks that Mr. Sánchez is going to resign or call early elections better think again, because he has dug in amid a corruption scandal and is challenging critics to speak up. Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sánchez is standing firm as a deepening corruption scandal shakes his government. At a tense 4-hour PSOE executive meeting, Sánchez reportedly returned with renewed energy after a period of reflection, during which he even considered resigning following the betrayal by close ally Santos Cerdán, implicated in an alleged kickback scheme. In his speech, Sánchez encouraged internal critics to speak openly at the upcoming federal committee meeting, asserting his authority by reminding them of his two primary election victories. He dismissed calls for a snap election or major government overhaul, but signalled willingness to consider an external audit, a parliamentary investigation, and further party restructuring. With pressure mounting from both the opposition and within his own ranks, Sánchez has chosen to weather the storm by going on the offensive, daring opponents to file a motion of no confidence and urging party dissenters to confront him openly on the 5th of July. So Prime Minister Pedro Sánchez on the front foot there, daring his political opponents to put forward a motion of no confidence to see if they can get him out of the top job, and also challenging dissenters in his own political party, the Socialist Party here in Spain, to confront him at the next federal committee meeting. I'll tell you what, this guy has a big pair of cojones. Most people would get back in their shell, out of the spotlight, consider resigning and let somebody else take the country forward, but not Pedro Sánchez. He is standing firm. And it doesn't matter what the allegations are or how close these people caught red-handed by the civil guard are to Prime Minister Pedro Sánchez. As I said, he's standing firm. Second piece of news now, and as we know, Spain is a country that is attracting a lot of immigration, especially from South America. Millions of people coming here to start a new life, a better life they're hoping to find. And as we can read here, over 3 million foreigners now work in Spain, many in hospitality and agriculture. Spain has surpassed a historic milestone with over 3 million foreign workers contributing to the social security system as of May 2025. This figure represents 14.1% of total contributors and reflects a strong labour market ahead of the summer season. Despite government claims that foreign workers are increasingly employed in high-skilled sectors, data shows many are still concentrated in lower-paid jobs. According to the Ministry of Social Security, nearly 30% of workers in hospitality and 40% in agriculture and domestic work are foreigners. While employment among migrants is growing in high-value sectors like finance, science and IT, the majority still fill roles in construction, farming and tourism. Since the 2022 labour reform, 41% of new jobs have gone to foreign nationals. Over the past decade, the number of foreign contributors has risen by 84.6%, with 1.4 million more than in 2015, highlighting their crucial role in Spain's workforce. So there we go, people continuing to come to Spain to fill the jobs that Spaniards don't want to do in the sectors that we saw there: hospitality, agriculture and domestic care. And the main objective, of course, of all these foreign workers coming into the country is to keep the Spanish social security system afloat, because if that goes belly up, we are absolutely screwed. Third piece of news now, and continuing on the topic of foreign workers here in Spain. According to this article, 9 out of 10 new self-employed workers in Spain are foreigners. In Spain, the vast majority of new self-employed workers are now foreigners. Romanian entrepreneur Florin, who opened his Madrid bar in 2019, is one of over 481,000 foreign nationals registered under Spain's self-employment scheme, the RETA. Foreigners now make up 14% of the country's 3.4 million self-employed workers, with their numbers growing by more than 33,000 in the past year alone. In contrast, only 4,200 Spanish nationals registered as new self-employed workers during the same period, highlighting a generational gap and declining interest in entrepreneurship among locals. Celia Ferrero, vice president of the ATA, the Association of Self-Employed Workers, attributes the growth to a strong entrepreneurial culture among immigrants and the fact that many were already self-employed in their home countries. Spain's record high of self-employed workers, reached in May 2025, has been driven largely by this foreign-born entrepreneurial surge. So an interesting statistic there, that 9 out of 10 new self-employed people here in Spain are foreigners. Locals don't want to become self-employed here, but foreigners seemingly do. And according to the person quoted there, it's because they come from countries where they were already self-employed. And I'd love to hear your comments on this. Why are Spanish people afraid of becoming self-employed? Do they know something that the rest of us don't? That's the question. Let me know in the comment section below your theories on this, please, because I'd love to hear them. Final piece of news now, and anyone who has booked a hotel in Spain recently will know that it's not as cheap as it used to be. And as we can read here, hotel prices in Spain have soared over 50% since the pandemic. Holidaying in Spain this summer will be more expensive than ever. Driven by relentless tourist demand, the cost of tourist accommodation has surged across the country since the pandemic. Hotel prices have risen by more than 50% since spring 2021, the first full travel season after COVID-19 restrictions eased. Other accommodation types have also jumped. Holiday apartments by 37%, rural houses by 30%, and campsites by 11%. These increases far exceed Spain's general price index, which rose by 18.6% between May 2021 and May 2025. Experts attribute the spike mainly to demand, not rising business costs, which have stabilized. No matter the prices, tourists keep coming, explains Cristina Figueroa, a tourism economist. Spain's appeal, weather, cuisine, and cultural experiences remain strong, especially in times of global uncertainty. In 2024, nearly 94 million foreign tourists visited Spain, a record likely to be broken again this year, with arrivals already up 7.1% by April. So hotel prices here up 50% since the pandemic, the dark days of the pandemic when Spain's tourism industry was on its knees. Not the case anymore, and people taking advantage of the demand. Costs, as we saw there, have stabilized, but demand continues to grow, and more than likely records will be broken again this year as far as tourist numbers are concerned, and most likely will hit the 100 million international visitor mark this year. Now let's take a look at some comments that have been left on the channel recently by viewers. One here from Douglas: I was surprised to see protesters attacking hostels like Generator Barcelona. I've only seen people speak out against apartment rentals, not budget hostels. Yeah, Douglas, thanks for the comment, and the images of the anti-tourism protesters in Barcelona attacking the hostel that you mentioned in your comment there have been seen all around the world. Images that showed the protesters taping the place up, trying to put smoke bombs inside the building, squirting the owner and guests with water pistols. Fairly disgraceful, the behaviour of the protesters, but then again, what can we expect? Why they attacked that particular place, I have no idea. Probably an easy target, but more likely a lack of criteria and IQ on the part of the protesters. One here from Vanilla Teacup: I'm visiting Spain for a few months, only for my daughter's wedding to a Spaniard. 200 people coming on both sides, then back to the USA. Yeah, Vanilla Teacup, thanks for the comment, and I hope you have a great trip to Spain and enjoy your daughter's wedding with the other 200 guests. One here from Paul Gerard: with regards to the corruption, the old saying says a fish usually rots from the head. Yeah, Paul, thanks for the comment, and an interesting saying there regarding corruption, that a fish normally rots from the head. Not according to Mr. Sanchez. According to Mr. Sanchez, the head is perfectly fine. It's the body that is rotting. And according to some people here in Spain, we're talking about an organization which has been rotting for a long time now. One here from Cascos: Spanish is struggling. Tourism is not a business on which most of the Spanish are concerned. Nevertheless, tourists occupy massively public spaces, public transportation, which is partially paid with local taxes, beaches, and so on. It would be hard to understand, but this situation is replicating in other cities like Venice. Maybe raising tourist taxes to be more exclusive in the number of visitors would be the solution. Yeah, Cascos, thanks for the comment, and maybe that is the solution: increase taxes and make the tourism model here more exclusive. But I think it's going to be difficult to change the model here, because for decades Spain has been promoting this model, the model of a cheap summer holiday. And of course, if things start to get too expensive, where are the locals going to go? Because as you also said in your comment there, the Spanish are struggling. So if you make the tourism model here more exclusive, it might mean that locals can't take a holiday in their own country. I don't know, just saying. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. One here from Raymond: in my job, I'm responsible for those who report to me. It appears that this basic rule is not applicable to Spanish politicians. Yeah, Raymond, thanks for the comment. And in any normal organization where things work properly, the people at the top of the organization are responsible for the people in the other positions, or at least that's the way I understand it. I'm not saying that the Spanish Prime Minister should know what every member of his government is doing at any given time, but he should know what's going on, especially at the very top, and that's where these people were positioned. The famous Mr. Abalos was Sanchez's right-hand man, and the latest person involved in this corruption saga, Santos Cerdan, was also Mr. Sanchez's right-hand man. And in a normal situation, when people that close to you are caught red-handed with their snouts in the trough, the most logical thing to do and the most ethical thing to do would be to step down as Prime Minister or call new elections. But of course, Pedro Sanchez, with his enormous ego, would never do that. And the final comment here from Robert: I have been married to a Spanish citizen for the past 6 years. I'm going to the National Police to get my dual citizenship. Yeah, Robert, thanks for the comment, and I hope your marriage to a Spanish woman is going well, still going strong. But unfortunately, getting Spanish citizenship is not as easy as going to the local national police station. Of course, you can start the process there, but there are other hoops that you're going to have to jump through before Spain grants you citizenship. For example, if you don't come from a Spanish-speaking country, you're going to have to do a Spanish language test, and you'll also have to do a citizenship test to prove that you know the basics about Spain. So good luck with that. On that note, I'm going to wrap the video up. Questions and comments, please leave them in the section below. If you have anything to add to the conversation today, please, the comment section is the place for you. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications as well. Until the next video, hasta luego from a hot Madrid.